Perfect.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And I've got everything lined up, I think, for me to click on for my annual, for Raleigh's thing and for my awards. So I think I'm all set.
Great. All right. Well, then I'm going to hop off and head over to another region.
Okay, great. Thanks
Bye-bye.
for stopping in. Bye. Hello, everyone. Welcome.
Hello.
If you could put, rename yourself and put the state where you're from, that would be helpful, just so I can kind of see where everyone is from. I know we have some other folks coming, so we're gonna. So I hope everyone's having a good session so far. If you're just joining, if you could just rename yourself and put your state, just so people know where everyone is from, that would be helpful. And if you don't know, just go up to the 3 little dots like I'm doing up here, and run down here to where it says rename, and then just add your name or add your state to your name there. So you know. Hi, Jacqueline. Beverly's here. Yay.
I'm here. I'll be on in a second.
That's fine.
I'm going to try anyway.
Linda here, and Gwen, and Lisa, and Dana, and Michelle. Ooh. So this is the Eastern Region meeting. I had somebody earlier that was really supposed to be in the Southern region. So just want to kind of clarify so everyone's in the right place. I think everyone is. I just wanted to kind of mention that. And if you could just put what state you are from by renaming yourself, just so everyone knows where everyone is from, because we don't get together very often, so we lots of times don't know where everybody is from. And we're going to wait a few minutes as I let people in to get started. I know people are coming from other sessions and may need to take a break between, depending on well, I mean, we're all Eastern, so it's 2 o'clock. So hopefully you had time for lunch today already. I'm kind of, to be honest, I'm kind of in here trying to like grab a sandwich and some soup, but
Hard to fit it all in.
Yeah, I did a session at 12, so I was like, and then I was trying to make sure I had everything all set up for this, so it was like, but it's all good. I know we should have a few more, I know from Maryland at least, that are coming. So we'll just. So what are some exciting sessions that you all have been to so far today? So you guys were just sleeping and just getting up here, huh?
I went to one Kentucky put together on the spending. It's like use less or spend less. I can't remember, but they put a really neat group of things together. Like it's like kind of a contest and so like a kickoff webinar, and then someone looks like a bingo sheet. You can kind of look for ways to save money, spend less, conserve more. It's kind of also a little bit about, not wasting, that kind of thing. But then they have some videos, and then they have some podcasts. So it's quite a
Oh,
thing.
wow. And where was that? What state were they from?
That was Kentucky.
Kentucky. Oh, interesting.
I'm jealous they have so many people.
Yeah. And your little Delaware there is. And Lisa says she went to a cognitive interviewing that had lots of good information. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to emotional interviewing.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Somebody must have not gotten in. Let's see. So those of you who have joined, if you could just rename yourself with your state, so everyone knows where everyone is from, because we don't get together very often, so we don't always know where people are from. So it just will help us to get to know each other a little bit better. And I hope you can stay on. We're going to take a 15-minute break. I'm going to leave the room open for our little States Night Out, region States Night Out. And we have some games to play and some fun things we can do. So hopefully you can stay on for a little bit, even if you can't stay very long, just kind of hang out with us a little bit. We'll have some fun. All right, I've got people coming in here, so we're still gonna wait, but you guys can talk. It's such a quiet group here.
Maria, do you have tons of ideas for when a few of us meet on Friday for the 2023?
Tons of ideas.
I'm going to promote that here today. To show up for the meeting.
This is Terry Mayhew. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Terry. How are you?
Terry.
Good. Thanks for joining.
Hey, it's a pleasure. If I can help in any way with the planning process for 2023, I'm willing to do that. So
Awesome.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Well, there is a planning meeting on Friday morning.
Okay. I'm not sure if I can make that or not, but I will try. Now that I'm retired, I have so many things on my schedule.
You
Oh,
thought you weren't
congratulations.
No, thanks.
you thought you weren't busy before, huh?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, at least before I was getting paid for being busy.
That's true.
So, yeah. Yep.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you doing, Diane? Thanks for agreeing to help me out today.
Okay. Hopefully I'll be helpful.
You will. The good news is we don't really have a lot we're not doing any voting or anything, so that helps. So we're not That
Okay.
makes you feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a matter of making sure there's motions when there's supposed to be motions for approving the minutes and
Yes.
voting on nominating committee.
Yeah, as you all are sitting there, one of the things we will do during this meeting is select 2 people and 3 people, 2, and then an alternate for the nominating committee for next year. So just think about that while you're sitting here being quiet because no one's talking. Hey, Lynn, how are you? Still got people coming
Sorry,
in.
hello, good. I can unmute.
Nice to see everybody. It really is.
Yeah, this is a great group. I'm so excited.
So I just put in the chat that there is a 2023 annual session planning committee meeting, 9:30 on, sorry, this Friday. I should have put Friday, right? Sorry.
Yeah. November 5th.
And it's in the, the itinerary. And
Yeah, I have actually, I just put on there, I have it as part of the our little play thing we're doing after this. And I just said, look at the playbook for the Zoom link. So I didn't put the Zoom link in, but it is there because I saw it this morning.
we would love to have your ideas,
Yeah,
especially if you've traveled to Rhode Island.
I need to reach out to some friends out that way. Yeah, so that'll be good.
I've never been to Rhode Island.
Really?
I think I've driven through on my way to Maine.
See, that's what people say about Connecticut.
No, this is the Eastern Region meeting. You want to be in the Southern meeting for Florida, Nellie. Just make sure this is the Eastern Region meeting. And please don't ask me to repeat all of I've got the states listed right here. So you should be from either Delaware, Maine, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, or West Virginia. We have other states included, but they just have life members, so we don't have any voting delegates for those. So that's why I didn't have them there. But
I have one person asking for the link. Is it in our chat?
oh,
And I had it right on my screen and then I deleted it by accident.
they want the link for the Southern Region one.
No, for ours.
Oh, here I will.
Just go up on the top left at the green shield and click on it, and you can copy the link directly from there.
Yeah, right there it is.
Working the green shield.
I will copy the link and put it on the. There.
Thank you.
I don't know if that helps.
Hey, thanks for that tip. I never knew what that green shield was. I never used it before. So I learned
Oh, it's
something.
great.
I know. I never knew. I was like, oh, okay.
From there, you can also go to the settings and do a lot of stuff with your meeting settings too.
Yeah, I see that. I'm looking at it right now. Awesome.
Hmm. Wow, we got 40 people so far. Yay.
Yay.
Great.
That's probably the number from Texas, or probably even more than that, right?
Yeah, right.
I think they have over 100. I'm sure of it.
Well, I know like the people, I talked with Danielle and she's like, and someone else from the admin, and they were like management company, and they were like, oh my goodness, yeah, are you okay? Because I've got to go help the Southern region and we're doing this and that. And I'm like, I'm fine, I got it.
was in the treasurer's meeting yesterday, whenever it was, Monday, and Texas said they had 189.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine that. That's just
It's
really
like
hard.
more than our whole region, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
They picked up quite a few members when they hosted the annual session in San Antonio in 2018.
Oh,
Already had a large contingent, but they picked up quite a few more members. So,
oh, good.
yeah. So hopefully that will work well for everybody involved in the 2023. It's a good opportunity to recruit new members.
Yeah.
Do we have anyone on from Rhode Island as right now, Lisa?
No,
Okay.
I don't even know if they have any active members. I think they might have life members, but I don't think they have any active members. Several of the states in the Eastern region have no active members. They have a lot of life members, but not any active members.
So they're really counting on this as being a Eastern region.
Mhm. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to, I'll still keep looking for admitting people, but I'm going to go ahead and pull up the agenda. Oh, my God, here we go. So I want to welcome everyone here to our Eastern region, our 2021 NEAFCS Eastern Region Business Meeting and Awards Celebration. Well, it's not till 2:15. I thought it was 2 o'clock. So,
Surprise.
yeah. No, I mean, later, so no problem. Well, that's fine. So we had some time to play. So I'm going to call the meeting to order, and I have a thought for the day that I wanted to share with everyone. Modern society encourages us to strive for the future from the moment we are conscious. We plan and set expectations for our future selves and for those we love, with hopes for something bigger and better. But what if we were to give ourselves permission to focus on the present? It's a beautiful thing to strive for betterment for yourself and the world around you, but just as importantly, you deserve acceptance and peace right now in the physical space you are in the body you are in your present thoughts and feelings, and amidst whatever stresses may be weighing on you. Being present in the here and now is possible, and the present is where we must continually exist to cultivate true inner calm. In a world that rewards perfection and pushing ourselves beyond our limits, it is the greatest act of rebellion to believe that who and where you are right now is exactly who and where you need to be. So that comes from a book that I have that says 52 lists for calm. So I use that to kind of help with some mindfulness through the day. I'm going to ask if I can appoint someone to be co-host, and I'll let people in to this meeting. So I'm going to stop sharing real quickly.
I can help you, Lisa. This is
Okay,
Sarah.
thanks, Sarah. So let me find you on here.
You can also go to participants and just disable that function, so that everybody can just enter.
Oh, okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do.
I think that's how you do it through
The names keep on changing as I'm going through here. I had you, Sarah, that I couldn't find it.
Yeah, Lisa, we can't disable that for Maryland.
We can or cannot?
Cannot.
Cannot, okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, you can't.
Oh, no biggie. We used to, but we can't any longer.
Okay, so I've made you co-host, Sarah, so thank you.
Yep, I got that.
Great. All right, so let's share the agenda here again. I did not send the agenda out. I apologize for that. I just thought it would be easier just to follow along if that's okay with everyone. So I just want to thank, I reached out to some folks, and I have Lisa Fishman from Maine and Carrie Sorensen from Maryland, who will be taking notes and recording. And then I have Sarah Unakabib from, I know I spelled that wrong, Sarah, I'm sorry about that, from New Jersey, and Drudy Patel from Maryland, who are going to be reviewer of the minutes. And Diane Witten from New York graciously agreed to be my parliamentarian. So thank you to all of you for helping me out with that today. I appreciate that. So now we'll have the approval of the agenda, and I'll just scroll through it real quickly. So are there any additions or corrections for the agenda that someone would like to make?
Can we put under new business just a little bit more about the 2023 meeting? Thanks.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to add?
I move to approve the minutes. I mean, sorry, the agenda.
Agenda. I have so Maria from Delaware has motioned. A second?
Terry Mayhew.
Terry Mayhew has seconded. Okay. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Anyone opposed? Okay. So the agenda has been approved with the addition that we made. So, okay, now I'm going to ask Maria Papitas from Delaware to go through the roll call of states, and just to let those of you know who are your president or whoever's representing you, share how many delegates, how many first timers, how many life members, and how many members are present at our conference, not this meeting, but at the conference, and also program leaders and program specialists. I'll put that in the chat for you all. How's that? So that will help.
Lisa.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through the states, and whoever would like to
you can just ask them as you go through, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we start off with Delaware. We have 2 delegates here. No first timers here. No life members here. A total of 7 in attendance. 2 program leaders. No program specialists. So that would make a total of actually just 7 people.
Well, you can also put administration and guests. I didn't say that.
No, sorry, admin and guests, but in terms of, okay, so next state on the list is Maine. Is anyone from Maine here?
Yes, so Maine has, Maine and New Hampshire are combined, and we have 2 delegates in attendance for everything. And I'd like to say hello to Ann Hamilton, who is representing New Hampshire, but is part of the Maine affiliate.
Hey,
So
thanks for joining, Ann.
No one anywhere else represented, no first timers, no administrators, no nothing, no program leaders, nothing.
Okay.
Lisa, it's the Lisa and Ann show.
All right, welcome. Glad you're here. Next up is Marilyn.
Okay, hi, this is Beverly. I'm looking at my list right now. It looks like we have currently 15 members attending. We have 1 program leader, 1 specialist, and 1 new member within that 15.
Okay, 1 first timer and 2 delegates, right?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, 2 delegates, yes.
And any life members?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And New Jersey.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I think we have 5 members, 2 of which are delegates and 1 on the board. Is that correct? And I don't think we have life members or.
Okay, any first timers?
I don't think so. Chris,
Okay.
is this your first time? Sorry to put you out there.
No, it's not. I was here last year.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Awesome. All right, so no first timers. Any lifetime members?
No lifetime members.
Okay. Anyone from administration?
Yeah, 1.
Yeah, I think Karen NC is on the board. So yeah.
No,
Okay. Well,
Daryl
then
Minch is our
Daryl
leader.
Minch.
Yeah.
I think it's more about like, extension director administration.
Oh, yeah, no.
Okay, any guests?
No guests, no.
Okay, any program leaders?
No program leaders.
Okay. And program specialists?
I don't think so. No, we don't have program specialists.
All right, cool. So you have a total of 5 members here?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, New York.
New York, it's Diane Witten from New York. We have 4 members attending. No first timers, no program leaders, life members, no administration.
Okay. And two delegates?
Yes.
Okay.
Diane, Barb is
And-
also attending.
I'm sorry?
So
I missed that. What was that last one?
she said, so what do we have, 5 members, Karen?
Yeah. As far as I know.
Great. And Pennsylvania. Number of delegates.
Okay, we have 2 delegates. What's next on the list?
First timers.
I don't think we have any first timers.
Okay, any life members?
I believe we have 1 right now in the
Total number of members present?
13, not counting myself.
So 14.
Active members, 14.
Okay.
Becky, we have Becky Smith here.
Oh, did I miss someone?
Yeah, Becky is.
Okay.
Hi, I'm a first timer.
I've been, oh, there she is. I'm sorry.
And
I
Amber
went through
is
the
here
names
too.
like a couple times.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hi, everybody.
I'm
Great.
trying to add everyone up.
That's all right. So 2 first timers, 1 life member, 15 total attending the conference.
I think Alyssa DeFazio, she might not be on this meeting, but I think I saw her in another session. She would be a first timer.
This is tough in virtual land. Like, who's really here?
I know. Exactly.
It's okay. So total, if I keep adding up, then
Yeah.
there's like 18 members. we think?
17 or 18. I'm not sure. I have to check my numbers, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Any program leaders?
2
All right. Program specialists?
that I know of. If anyone else knows that there's another one. No program specialists.
Okay. And so I would just need like the total for your affiliate when you get there.
Okay.
All right. There's all sorts of notes flowing at you from in the chat. So. All right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to write down right now to see.
Okay.
Okay, we can raise our hands.
We can.
Okay, so.
we
Oh,
can
okay,
reconnect.
Amber Hughes is a first timer. Okay.
And Chrissy Pullman.
And Chrissy Pullman. Right.
How about this? We'll give you a break to like, add this up. And
Team effort.
yeah, that's all right.
Okay.
We have to add one for New York.
For New York,
Okay.
okay.
Okay,
Yes.
and Karen Thomas is actually attending right now? Okay, sorry.
That's all right. We're good. So so Jackie, we can like reconvene, get the totals. All right, and then last but not least is West Virginia.
Hi, yes. This is Gwen. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We have a total of 7 members attending.
Awesome.
And in that 7 members, there's 1 program leader and 2 delegates.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So Lisa, do you need me to like add the columns? Give you a total?
Which Lisa?
Yeah, you don't have to do that right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll
Looks
just
like we
make
have
it-
delegates from every state. So if we have anything to, vote on, we're good.
Okay. Yeah, and
So-
then Pennsylvania can just send a chat with you of their totals.
That's perfect. And I'll go through the chat and see if there's any other notes.
Okay.
No problem.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. So that's the end of the roll call for now. I can report out a little bit later if you'd like. And so next on the agenda is a moment of silence. So we just want to give us all an opportunity to take a breath and think about all those that we may have lost over the last year, who have been friends and colleagues and family members. So we'll just take a moment of silence to think about all those people.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. So our next item on the agenda is the filing of the 2020 regional business meeting minutes, and they are on the website, on the NEAFCS website. A while, so I just need, I don't even need a motion. I just want to let people know that they have been filed there. I don't believe I need a motion to approve those. So just, if you,
No,
you know,
you don't need a motion.
don't need a motion, okay. So, very good.
I assume we're under new business is when we're reviewing the meeting minutes.
No, they said we don't review the meeting minutes. That they've already been reviewed by someone, by the people there, and so they're just filed, and just letting people know that they've been filed, because that's what you have, reviewers who review the minutes after
Right, okay.
after the
Okay.
meeting. So yeah, so this is all new to me too, so I'm trying to learn my first time to do this. And now I would just want to kind of recognize the current outgoing National Nominating Committee members from the Eastern region. So we have Karen Ensley from New Jersey, Mandel Smith from Pennsylvania, and Lynn James from Pennsylvania as well. So we just want to thank them for their work on the nominating committee and getting individuals to run for office, which we learned of those yesterday during our annual opening session. So thank you very much. We can do a little round of applause.
You're welcome. It was a lot of fun.
You're welcome.
Good. So you can encourage people when we're ready to do the next year that people will be willing to do that. So that's great.
Yeah, I really do encourage people to try it. We learned a lot. I don't know about the other people that did it along with me, but I learned a lot. What about you, Karen?
Yes, definitely.
Good. Well, thank you for taking the initiative to do that. We really appreciate that because it's, you know, it is, I know a lot of some calls that you know, contacts you need to make to get people to run for office. So I really appreciate that. So now I'm going to share a video that has been given to us about the upcoming annual session in Raleigh, North Carolina, which the nice thing is it will be pretty close for all of us to attend because it's drivable.
Welcome to North Carolina,
Can you
home
hear
of the
this?
2022 NEAFCS
Yes.
annual session. We hope you join us in one of the few places where you can wake up to the sunrise, surrounded by crashing waves and sandy beaches, and then the same day drive to enjoy a beautiful sunset between the peaks of the Appalachian Mountain Range. And on your drive from coast to mountains, stop by Charlotte, the Queen City, for great music and big skylines. In North Carolina, food is the heart of our state. From production to consumption, North Carolina is remaining innovative thanks to our creative and diverse population. Raleigh and Charlotte have bustling food and beverage scenes that are influenced by the variety of ethnicities and cultures that call North Carolina home. North Carolina is fortunate to have two land-grant universities where research, education, and extension enrich the lives of our communities. These two universities and their services allow North Carolinians to grow better, eat better, and live better. Family and consumer sciences play a vital role in North Carolina, helping community members gain knowledge and skills in budgeting, food safety, food preparation, and nutrition. Let's use this annual session as an opportunity to collaborate, network, and revitalize as FCS professionals and continue to improve the lives of our constituents. We really hope to see you right here in Raleigh, North Carolina, the City of Oaks, next September, so you can see for yourself just how wonderful a place North Carolina really is.
See you in Raleigh. Nos vemos en Raleigh.
So that looks like lots of fun. I think we're going to have a good time there in Raleigh. So kind of be planning on that now as you are doing your programs this year and think of some proposals that you can put together to submit for that session next year. Back to our agenda. So is there any other old business to come before the region? Now we'll move to new business. So now we're going to have our election for national nominating committee members. And before I take names for that, I'd like to see if I know we have some folks, including the people who just are going off, and others here in the region that have served on that. So if anybody would like just to share, kind of what's involved with that and give people an idea of what they're signing up for.
I'll start. Karen Ensley from New Jersey. Your job is basically to find some members that are willing to run for offices. And Danielle has set up a nice Excel sheet and that we can use from year to year now, so that we see people who've signed up that are interested, and to either email them or give them a call and see if they're willing to run. It's a great opportunity for everyone. You really learn a lot of what's going on in the organization, as well as you make a lot of new friends from other states, potential, collaborators and partnership, not only for the job that you're nominated for, but for other work that we do as well. So I would encourage you to think about, definitely running for an office. And if you're a new member of NEAFCS, welcome, and know that you'll get the support you need to run for an office. So don't be afraid to put your name forward.
Yeah, and like Karen said, a lot of the work for the committee is done by the national office, and they arrange all of the meetings, send out all the doodle polls to get people together, and they really work to try and work with your schedule so you don't feel like you're taking on too much. They really work to fit it in. So I really would encourage you, like Karen said, I learned a lot about how things are run, how the elections are run at the national level. So it's a great opportunity. I really encourage anyone to try it.
Lisa, this is Beverly.
Yes.
I'll just add, I was on the nominating committee, I guess, the last cycle, and the time commitment is not huge. In fact, most of the work you're going to be involved in is pretty much after this meeting, going into December and the early part of the calendar year. So it's not a huge time commitment. And like everyone else said, it's a great opportunity to meet others within our organization. So I highly recommend it.
Lisa, this is Linda Law. I was on for 4 or 5 years, and I agree with everyone. It's an easy responsibility, doesn't take an awful lot of time. And now with Danielle's and the association, it's even easier.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, and we will be electing a new Eastern Region Director next year. So it's a 2-year term. So be thinking about that. If you're interested in running for that, you do not want to be on the nominating committee, because then you can't do that. So and I know everyone's just dying to be the Eastern Region Director. So okay, so is there anyone who is interested in being on the nominating committee representing our region? Come on. We can't go to our fun and games until we have 3 people.
Lisa, this is Lisa from Maine. I'll volunteer.
Okay. Thanks, Lisa. So what we need, we'll have 2 people, and then the third is an alternate. And that just is, they'll fill in case one of the other 2 are not able to fulfill the duties. Drudy also has volunteered, from Drudy Patel from Maryland. So we have our two individuals who are taking the role, the first and second role. So all I need is one alternate now.
Besides Terry, I'll do alternate.
Okay, great. Thanks, Terry. So that's Terry Serio from Maryland. Is there anyone else that we need a have like people give speeches and things like that? Going once, going twice. Okay, so I don't even think we need to vote since we have our 3 people, but we can do it just to have it formalized. So do I hear a motion to accept these individuals?
Can someone read the slate and we can have a motion to elect the slate?
Yes.
So
we have Lisa Fishman from Maine and Drudy Patel from Maryland, and then Terry Serio from Maryland as the alternate.
Hamilton, so moved as stated.
Okay.
Second.
Okay, so we have a motion by Ann Hamilton and seconded by
Karen Inslee.
Karen Inslee. Okay, thank you. I was trying to read, it opened up like just briefly and I was like, I know it was down there somewhere. So all those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Congratulations. Yay. So those of you who did not offer or volunteer to be on the nominating committee, then you will be getting called to see if you're interested in becoming Eastern Region Director next year. So just keeping that in mind. It really is fun, and I'm going to share that. So they put the endowment committee presentation on this. Good. Oh, good. There is someone here from the endowment committee.
Terry's going to start.
Somebody was here and I was like, I'm just going to ask if anyone's here. So yay.
Yes, there are
Very
two
good.
of us. There are two of us here. Two of us here,
Wonderful.
Lisa and Terry May, who's speaking. Karen Inslee and I are both members of the endowment committee. And we are all being asked to speak at each of the regional meetings. So Karen and I being in the Eastern region, that's our choice. That's where we want to be. So we just have some prepared comments and then we'll open it up if anyone has any questions about the endowment committee. And I'm going to be reading this so I don't miss any of my points. Have you heard about and donated $21 or more per member in 2021 to your endowment committee? This is your president, Diane Gertson's charity. Now you have. So your National Endowment Committee has re-energized and is working to assist members in their programming efforts and in increasing the visibility of family consumer sciences education. 4 grants were funded by the Endowment Committee in 2021 for a total of $10,000. We are encouraging each member to donate at least $21 in 2021 to your endowment committee. And we made this easy to donate. And all you need to do is just visit the NEAFCS website. And I understand there's a running tally that's being provided throughout the course of annual session. So I'm going to turn it over to Karen and she's going to wrap it up.
Okay, in 2021, the winners of the teams were led by, from Western Region, North Dakota, Julie Gordon Robinson. She got $3,000. Central Region in Ohio, Margaret Jenkins got $3,000. Western Region, Idaho, Serene Greenway got $3,000. And Central Region, Ohio, Brenda Schmidt got $1,000. And this is all towards projects that they are doing through their extension work in their counties. And for 2022, the grant applications are due January 31st. So now is the time to think about and organize your team, because it needs to be at least 2 people or more, and apply and plan to hear your name at next year's meeting in 2022 as an endowment grant winner. Please join our endowment committee and apply for a grant, and also donate at least $21 or more for 2021. For more information, you can visit the website, and you can talk to any of us if you have any questions. But this is a way for NEAFCS to give back to its membership. So for all of us, we need to have some dollars for some of our favorite projects. So this is one way to gain some financial support of those, projects you're doing in your county.
And I would just like to add, it's a great way to invest in us as an organization and all the tremendous work we're doing across the country. And this is possible because we have a fully funded endowment. And now this money is really our investment profits, our interest that we are utilizing to fund these opportunities. And hopefully we can do more, but we need to have the capital there, the foundation, the base, so that we can continue offering these grants going forward. But it's really exciting, and we are going to, I think, be showcasing those grant recipients and they'll be sharing the results of what they did with their money, what it funded at a time.
Yes.
Thanks, Terry and Karen. I appreciate that. And I have been sending email reminders in my monthly emails to everyone, all the state affiliate presidents, about encouraging your members to donate for the president's charity. And I don't know, I've not really seen, and I don't know how much has been raised in the Eastern region, by the Eastern region. I don't know that.
I think Diane has her, oh no, Diane, I thought she had her hand up. Nope. I saw a running tally somewhere, just $6,000 stand up overall.
Right.
So we have a ways to go.
700. Yep. But that's total.
That's the total, right? So I encourage each of you, if you have not already donated, $21 is not a lot to ask someone to do. And I know I've made the donation myself. So I just encourage each of you to consider that and make that donation sometime this week, so that we can announce at the end of our conference that we have, her goal is to have 21,000 was her goal. And I can tell you just this from attending the ESP conference last week. They have an endowment as well. And it's amazing how much money, the more you have in your endowment, how much you can create or send, provide back to your organization. And that's what they're really trying to do here with the NEAFCS, is to really build up our endowment so that we have more money to give back to members. Karen or Terry, would one of you put in the chat box the link to donate? I saw somebody who asked, how could we make a donation? And I know there's a link. So if you could just put that in the chat box, that would be really helpful. So if someone wants to feel like they can do it right now, that would be great. And then it's taken care of for the week.
Yep, we'll try.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for them about the endowment or scholarship, grants or anything like that anyone wants to ask? I'd like to see someone from the Eastern region apply and receive one of those grants next year. So be thinking about what you can do in your state, or it can even be a multi-state project, whatever you're thinking about. And there's criteria listed there of what the grants will, what they're for. So you'd have to go up to look at that to see what they're for. So thank you, Terry. So there, Terry just put in the link to, and Sharon put in also for another link, the article for the President's Charity. So thank you. Okay, so our next item is our 2023 annual session. And that's going to be in Rhode Island. So I will, I believe Shauna and Maria are kind of the two that are leading this brigade. Is that right?
So we can share a little history, right? So Maryland and Delaware kind of put together a little application, sent it in to the national office, and gave them some suggested sites, you know, kind of in Delaware, Pennsylvania, around Maryland and DC, because, you know, we're kind of talking like we don't remember in our history going to DC, and it's been a while since Baltimore, and of course you've never been to Delaware. So we, you know, we sent forth some ideas, and they actually tried, you know, to put some bids out, and it came back that DC was too expensive, Baltimore was even too expensive. We had put in Annapolis, Ocean City, Maryland. So they broadened the search, and the best deal that came back, I guess, was Rhode Island. So that's how we got to Rhode Island. Even though, you know, we kind of said, you know.
Shauna tried to get Vermont, right, Shauna?
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried many states in our region. We thought briefly for Connecticut. We suggested Maine, because Maine can be fun with the foliage. Pennsylvania was recently hosted in West Virginia not too long ago, so we tried to diversify. I think we suggested 10 in terms of states, as well as very specific hotel locations. So we tried. We're just too big and powerful as an organization. That's what it really came down to.
Yeah. So that's how we ended up in Rhode Island. And I guess Shauna and I and Gina and Beverly are kind of all scratching our heads going, okay. So now we need some good teamwork and some ideas about, you know, what we'd like to do there. So all of that to say is there is a planning meeting scheduled for Friday morning. I put it in the chat, kind of way up top, because we had started talking about it a little bit. And please join us. Please join us. So that's kind of all I wanted to say. Shauna, did you want to say anything else?
There's some fun things that we can do in Providence. I was there for a food safety conference, and they have a nice culinary museum. I know it's not the full breadth of what NEAFCS focuses on, but just trying to build out areas that we can go visit. So I think it will be a good time. I think we'll be pleasantly surprised. They have fire on the river piece, which is always an attraction. And I think they have a decent or an emerging food scene too. So
Terry says that she was in the, they had a conference there in the 1990s in Providence. So
it was fabulous. And I have to tell you all, it was an Eastern region conference way back then. So all the states pitched in. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's pretty much how they're doing those now is, you know, we have the organization, the national office that kind of coordinates it now more, but we have all of the Eastern region states that wherever the region is, that we try to get people from all of those states to help support it.
Right. I mean, and by that, I mean, one state took the lead. We used to have a separate friendship and a welcome event way back then.
Oh, okay.
And we held it at the Roger Williams Park. It was this beautiful park. And we had a lobster buffet.
Oh, wow.
Incredible. And I mean, if you left there not being full, you know, your belly full, well, that was your problem. And, you know, and then someone else took charge of, you know, other activities. And, you know, so we just went through and we kind of divvied up the workload so it wasn't overbearing for any one state in particular. And, you know, Block Island is close by. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities too for post activities. But Providence is a fun city. So I think it'll be, and what time of year is it again?
I believe it will be in September.
September? Oh, that'll be great. That'll be great. So
we've been trying to go back to having them in September.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna try to sit in on Friday morning. I really will. So it should be a lot of fun. I mean, Karen, you were nodding your head that you were at that. I just was curious as to how many people on this call right now may have attended.
That was fabulous. That's one of the ones over all my years that I thought was really fabulous. And the hotel we stayed in was an older hotel, but very, very nice. And I remember, I think New York State actually sponsored the buffet, that lobster. That was,
yeah,
it was unbelievable.
Yeah, and we all wore sailor caps to distinguish us as being members of the planning committee.
Yeah.
I think we had nautical scarves that I think someone from the state of Maine, it might have been Lois Kirkland made years ago. So it was really a lot of fun. And, you know, it could be, you know, like I said, do we have a theme?
To be determined, maybe on Friday, we'll figure it out. But
Okay.
yeah, we're definitely going to be hitting the gas pedal very, very soon.
Okay.
But Karen and Terry, it'll be good to know that we can reach out to you for maybe some previous historical background to see what we can revive and share with a newer group maybe.
And I was thinking we can go into the archives, Shauna, and see what happened.
Yeah.
I think it was, I can't remember exactly if it was 95 or 96 that we were there.
Yeah.
And see what they, you know, what the any in-depth, or they were called workshops on the move, I think at that time. Speakers were and so forth, so we can get an idea for the historical part of it. And then, you know, obviously be looking at what's available there now. But that'll be, and I think it's only a 4 or 5 hour trip for me by car.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know who else is close. I know, well, probably some Maine folks and the New Hampshire folks are pretty close.
Do we have any members from Rhode Island? I saw Daryl wrote that and I was wondering that too.
I'm looking for my list now. I'm trying to find it real quickly here to see what I have.
I don't remember when I was.
I don't believe there is.
I don't remember.
There might be life members.
Yeah.
I find that a lot of these states have.
Yeah.
You know, ladies, and gentlemen, I would suggest that we really try to reach out to some of those life members.
I was just
and see.
Yeah, I was going to say not only life members, but sometimes there's no like general extension educators in some of these smaller states, but they have FNET people. And, you know, maybe we could reach out to them to see if they'd want to be a member. Sometimes they have never heard of us. And at least it would be nice to have somebody local, you know, that could give us some scoops.
Right. That's what it'd be nice to have some local people to kind of make suggestions for like our
in-depth
conference, in-depth things that we're offering and everything. Yeah.
Offshore wind energy production is really huge in that area. And of course, the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
And it's such a small state. Everybody knows everybody, or they're related to everybody. It's really incredible. And they have some of the greatest beaches in New England as well. So.
Sounds like a practice road trip might be.
I think that's a great idea.
Field trip.
I'm in.
Oh, look, Linda said she has family in there. And I know people that have places in Rhode Island and then a travel to Block Island. It's kind of a fascinating environment. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, anyone who's interested, come to the meeting on Friday. And if you can't make that, but you're interested, just let Maria or Shauna or Beverly or Gina know, right? Those are the four that are kind of heading it up. Or myself, because I'm going to be involved.
Cool. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I remember that's how I got involved with the Hershey, is that it was at the end of the conference, and we said, Beverly says, like, let's go and see if we can volunteer and do something with this conference. It's going to be close to us. So it was great. You get to meet a lot of new people by helping out with the conference. So I really enjoyed that. So I encourage people to come, since it's not that far from us, it's in our region, and really show our support from the region for that, make the Eastern region strong. So we need to do that. Any other discussion on that?
Is that what the link is for? That they shared?
So let me, hang on here, let me just, I almost ended the meeting for everybody here. That would have not have been good. Okay, I think all we have left is to adjourn, and then we're going to do the awards. So, oh no, it's my report. You get to listen to me, and then we'll adjourn. So, I submitted my report for it's in the annual session business meeting minutes, but I just want to share a little bit, because this was not something I was really planning to become Eastern Region Director, and I have Beverly to thank for this. That she says, I just need a name. I'm sure there'll be others too. I'm like, okay. And of course, you know how that goes. But
famous last words, huh?
Hey,
it works.
It works. It's a great strategy.
Yeah, but it really has been a really good experience. I've learned so much about this organization that you don't know what goes on behind the scenes, all of the decisions that need to be made, especially during the year of the pandemic. And we're trying to make a decision, do we have the meeting in person this year or not? And just a lot of things that I just, you don't think about, because you just attend the meetings and that's all you do. So we're really trying to make this more interactive, so people have something besides just the annual meeting to attend. And one of the things I tried this year, I was not as successful as I had hoped. And thanks to Pennsylvania, I wanted to do 2 professional development sessions where individuals from each of the states could present, like it would be like something they were going to present at another meeting, or some topic, some program they were doing, and then we could learn from each other, but just get to know other people in your Eastern region, because I feel like we are so much in silos in our states that we really don't get to know people that are in our region that aren't that far away, that have very similar backgrounds and program areas. So Pennsylvania was doing their event that they do yearly and invited it to be an Eastern region thing, which I really appreciate Jacqueline for letting us do that. And it was very successful. They had presenters from other states in the region, and it was well attended. And I was trying to get another one done in the fall, but it did not happen. So next year, I'm going to hopefully do 2 of those. Maybe the one from Pennsylvania and then another one as well. just, I think there's a need to try to find out what people are doing, other programs, and what we can learn from each other. And another thing that I did was I did quarterly drop-in Zoom calls for the affiliate presidents or anyone from the affiliates to come. And that was really just to talk about questions they had, what's going on, sharing a little bit more in detail than what I sent out in my monthly reports to my affiliate presidents about what's happening at the national level and relaying that information, reminders. But they were very good. I feel like I got to know the affiliate presidents in the region just by having those drop-in Zoom calls and really just getting to know each other. So I have to tell everyone that if you're interested in learning more about the organization, consider next year. And I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone may have, or if you want to, set up a time to talk to me. Because when did you say, Beverly, they're going to be looking for nominations?
Usually I remember it when Karen Munden, I think, left her role as president. She's the one that leads the nominating committee. The president, I guess, the past president is the one that leads the nominating committee. And she had a meeting very soon after she left office to start, like Karen said, there's an Excel spreadsheet that's already in place for people who maybe were interested in running for an office, but they couldn't commit that year for several reasons. But they were on the list, so we start there. And then there's quite a few people on the nominating committee because there's 2 from each region. So the workload is not just put on 1 or 2 people. But I believe it's probably going to start sometime in November, December, and then into January, February. I think that's when they need their names.
Okay. So all of you out there, think about that. It is a fun experience. I can't say it's not time consuming, but it's worth the investment of your time that you put into it. It really is. And I think this next year I'm looking forward to, because now I kind of feel like I know what I'm supposed to be doing and it'll be more comfortable. It takes me a little while to kind of like learn the lay of the law, and then just kind of go after that and jump in and do things. So I have in chat here. So the professional development VPs met on Monday, and we're planning to connect regionally to join forces with professional development efforts, opening opportunities to presenters within extension, and seeking professional development speakers from outside and offering them within the regions. Oh, that's great. Good, good. So we'll have more professional development opportunities within our region, which will be really helpful. I think that's, people really enjoyed that professional development part of extension. So, okay, Crystal, yeah, get back. Yeah, let me know when we can talk about that and see if I can work that out with what I'm doing as well. So overall, I'm just happy that everyone's here. Sorry we can't be in person. Fingers crossed that next year we will see each other in Raleigh for sure. So at this time, any questions before we adjourn the business meeting and go on to awards? Okay, so do I have a motion for adjournment for the meeting, the business meeting?
So moved.
Okay, Terry Mayhew moved. We adjourn the meeting. A second?
I second it. Beverly Jackie.
Second by Beverly Jackie and Maryland. All those in aye, say in favor, say aye.
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 Any nays? All right. Great. So now we are going to move on to our awards. So just let me pull up the slideshow. Usually they have someone from the awards committee that comes to the regions to do this, but they couldn't make it to us because they're with others. So I'm doing the awards as well. So I just want to celebrate the accomplishments of all of our colleagues in the Eastern region. And we're going to go through those awards. And then at the end, we'll just have maybe a applause for everybody that's here. And then the awards, the national awards are going to be on Friday afternoon, I believe, right? That's what it is. Okay, so you can see the top part, right? Okay, so the Eastern region, so the first category is the communications, educational publications. And the Eastern region, why do I have Central region winner? It's the Eastern region winner. They messed up on that. Is Jennifer Shukaitis and her team from New Jersey with their school food waste reduction toolkit. So I hope I got that name correct. And communications for television and radio award. First place is Amber Denman and team from Pennsylvania with Let's Cook at Home webinar series. Sounds like fun. And the second place winner is Lisa McCoy from Maryland with the 30-day mindfulness challenge. Our next category is Educational Curriculum Package Award. The Eastern winner is Mary Beth Mitchum from New York with 4-H outdoor cooking. Another great program sounds. I think we just need to all do our programs for everyone at an Eastern region meeting here and learn more about these great programs. Our Environmental Education Award, the Eastern region winner is Sarah Elnikib and team from New Jersey with the Rutgers Cooperative Extension Food Waste Education Program. And the Excellence in Teamwork Award, first place goes to Sarah Elnikib and team from New Jersey with their Food Waste Education Program. And second place winner is Dorothy Knuckles and team from Maryland with the FCS and 4-H, partnering for second generation financial literacy. And third place goes to Danielle Wright and team from West Virginia with the NEAFCS Excellence in Teamwork Award from West Virginia University, DDW. Our Extension Housing Outreach Award is sponsored by Montana State University Extension and Housing Education and Research Association and recognizes programming which enhances housing outreach to communities and special needs families. Our Eastern region winner is Michael Elonge from Maryland with his Housing Eviction Prevention Education Program. Our Florence Hall Award recognizes members who have been alert in recognizing emerging issues or new concerns and interests of families or individuals and have planned and implemented programs which address these issues utilizing others in their communities. Our Eastern region winner is Amy Cook and team from West Virginia with WVU Extension Service Book Club Series. So our Innovation in Programming Award, first place winner is Nicole McGeehan and team from Pennsylvania with virtual home food preservation webinars with engaging live demonstrations. Our second place winner is Joanne Kinsey and team from New Jersey with impacting the wellness of Monmouth County employees and their families in 2019 and to 2020. Our Master Family and Consumer Sciences Volunteer Program Award, the Eastern region winner is Dorothy Knuckles and her team from Maryland with the Maryland Master Money Mentors Program. Our past president's new professional award recognizes outstanding accomplishments of NEAFCS members within the first 3 years from the date of original employment with Cooperative Extension Service. The Eastern Region winner is Amber Denman. She has a varied role within Extension that allows her to be an innovative team member and apply her expertise in nutrition, food safety, and 4-H youth development. And she is from Pennsylvania. So our Continued Excellence Award recognizes active involvement in professional improvement programs, promotion of professional development, and leadership. And they must have been a member for at least 12 years, have attended 3 or more annual sessions, and received the NEAFCS Distinguished Service Award prior to the year in which they achieved continued excellence. So let us now recognize these individuals. From West Virginia, Cheryl Kaiser. She has an MS degree in health promotion. She believes that to be a good educator and extension agent, one must remain a learner. She has a strong professional development agenda, including workshops in child development, food safety, healthy relationships, substance misuse, and how it affects children and families. She provides continuing education to professionals in her community. Cheryl works with childcare workers and professionals in various community organizations. Congratulations to Cheryl. The Distinguished Service Award is given to an individual who has been a member of NEAFCS for 10 years or more and has attended at least 2 annual sessions. The award recognizes Extension FCS educators for leadership, outstanding programs, and personal and professional growth. This year's award winners are Priscilla Graves from Maryland. Priscilla has dedicated 13 years as an Extension FCS educator to serving and collaborating with individuals, families, and communities to positively impact and empower them to make positive financial decisions. Terrell Peck from West Virginia is an associate professor with West Virginia University Extension, and she has been there for 15 years, working in my community to provide relationship education training, food safety, leadership, team building, and general nutrition education. She has served in leadership roles with her local Head Start and rural healthcare collaboration. Service is an important aspect of her role with Extension and her own personal mission to help others. Let's give a round of applause to all of our award winners. Yay. Do any of the award winners like to say anything, or does anyone have any questions they would like to ask any of the award winners about their programs? Lots of congratulations coming through on the chat, which is great. I think we had some really intriguing programs listed there that I'd like to, learn more about sometime. So I think that's great. Unfortunately, we can't be taking pictures of everybody. That's why it always takes so long with the in person, is we're taking pictures with everybody with their awards, but you will be sent your award from the national office So you will receive it. It probably will come to the president, and then they will present them. Then they'll present them at their state meeting. So that's how you will get your official certificate of your award and everything. But, so yeah, Terry had a good idea about that food reduction as being one of the themes we want to think about for our conference, because that's becoming more and more of a topic in extension with FCS for sure.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a way that we could, like, I know we do the internal webinars, our lunch and learns where we showcase programs, but I wonder if we could do that like on a larger scale where, you know, a program like the mindfulness or, you know, something, we just heard such great awards being given. And these are just the ones that won awards. We know there's lots of great programs out there. If we could do them broadly, like for the public, and somehow promote it across, you know, all our states. I mean, the beauty of one of the great things that came out of the pandemic was our ability to reach, you know, across county lines, state boundaries, everything.
That is a great idea. I think so too, that we could just be learning and sharing that with all of our states and not just within one state. And I think another suggestion I want to tell people is thinking about signing up to do a webinar for NEAFCS. You know, if any of these award winners, if you've got a program that you've put together and has been successful, you know, think about doing a webinar on that topic or on just creating that. So there is a link on the, Sarah asked, how do we do that? And so there is a link on the webinars, or if you go to the professional development site, if you contact the Vice President of Professional Development, because that's one of their subcommittees is the webinars.
And Lisa, I'm on the committee for the webinars. So if anyone wants to contact me, if that's a little bit easier.
Yeah, just put
my email in there.
Email in the chat. That'd be
great.
We
were just talking about that because I asked if, you know, because this is a valuable resource, that if we could ask people who have presented if they could also do a webinar. And you have an hour, you have 50 minutes to do it. So you have a lot longer.
Yeah, that's great.
Some of the sessions, yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a question, Drudy?
Yes, I just wanted to ask about the hours. Like, is it just limited to 1 hour session, or it can be like a series of program that you're doing for your peers?
That's a good question.
It can be 1 hour, but just maybe spread out for 3 days or something of that sort, or maybe 3 hours, what it looks like.
They're scheduled for an hour, but that's something that we could consider doing a series. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, thank you.
Because an hour is really not long enough to be able to share that information, all that information we have.
Right.
Okay, yeah, just email me and then I'll email the committee.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Any other questions?
I just wondered, you know, the way I interpreted Denise's question was not so much how do we do professional development for each other, but how might we work together to reach more consumer audiences. And so I just wondered whether, you know, the Extension Foundation certainly has been doing a lot around encouraging people to register their curriculum resource, to put information on the Extension Foundation website. But it's like they're not quite there yet for how to promote to consumers. So I don't know, I'd be interested to think about how we might, especially in this region where there's so few of us, work together to kind of reach more people across state lines. It's just a thought. If anybody wants to talk to me
I think
about it.
that, yeah, marketing is a big thing that I know in Maryland. We are looking at hiring a company that's going to do some marketing materials for us, because we find that, I'm sure all of you are in the same boat, that you are, you're the educator, but you also have to be out there marketing. You create the program, you present the program, but then you have to market the program yourself. And so that can be challenging. And I think that's what you're saying, Maria. How do we reach these people? So that might be also another good topic for one of our annual sessions too, is having someone talking about marketing.
I think we do have Facebook page, don't we, with our NEAFCS?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, I mean, considering a low-hanging fruit, I think that would be one place where we can maybe advertise or promote or reach out to other members, on talking about the programs. That can be one easy way to communicate this.
Right. I think what we're looking at is like, how do we, if we have a program in Maryland, how can we connect with like our neighboring states, and or even like work with the neighboring state to provide that program together across the state lines and in our communities. And I think, some people have been successful during the pandemic. They've been successful in providing programs virtually and getting audiences from wide ranges of areas, but you're also basing that on like using social media usually, which is good for many people, but some people it's not really their way they're going to find out about something. So and maybe just learning from each other, having like a marketing workshop and learning what people in other states are doing. I mean, we can learn from each other that way too. That might be something the Eastern region could do, is that we could just offer that, find out what other people are doing, and maybe even having a marketing specialist or someone present. Putting more work for myself here. What am I doing?
I'm also involved in the Farm and Ranch Stress Assistance Network, and I know there's several folks on here who also are, but I wanted to just share that is a Northeast network that obviously is focused on farm and ranch stress related issues, but those related issues, oftentimes are health, mental health, financial. It's all sort of, FCS topics that we've been doing for eons. But it has tended to be marketed towards our ag colleagues. So I just wanted to let you all know that there is what we call an extension cohort, which is basically a group of extension people who are working together on this topic. And so I'll offer you an invitation to participate. We've been having meetings. I think it's like the fourth Thursday of the month from 1 to 3. And currently the project we've been working on is using humor to address farm stress. So we actually got a little mini grant, hired some comedians. They wrote some sketches. They're working on some podcasts. And so part of the team is also a trauma-informed social worker. And so she's been helping to make sure the comedic side is safe for people who might be struggling with mental health related issues. So anyway, if you're interested in learning more, please reach out to me. As I said, it is a Northeast project, and we'd love to have your input. I'll put my email in the chat.
Sorry, I'm back. I thought he was stuck somewhere downstairs, but he's fine. My puppy. So I heard part of that, Maria. I didn't hear, but I think it's very similar to what we talked about, is trying to have like a, and what Terry said, collaborative approach with people to working together from different states on the same projects. I think that's what.
And there's some really great stuff happening, and you know, we can't all do it all. So
Exactly. Yeah. Just they seem to think we can do it all, but we can't. You can't do it all, right? I agree, Lisa. Yes. So, okay. So I thought before we start the official thing, I thought I'd just go around and ask everyone to share their favorite Thanksgiving dish, what they're looking forward to at Thanksgiving this year. So that way we get everyone to talk and we get to know a little bit more about each other. Or what's the most popular thing that you make for Thanksgiving? Whatever you want to say. So
Teresa wrote other people's food.
Yeah, I was
As long as you
I
don't
was
have to
just
cook it,
naming
you're good.
myself. My husband makes his mother's her stuffing, and there's probably so much fat in it. Half of me would turn purple just looking at it. He puts sausage in it, and it is just to die for. I can eat it cold, hot. You know, that's my favorite thing. So
that sounds good.
Oh, my world was rocked last year. This is Lisa from Maine. I tried for the first time a butternut squash bread pudding, a savory bread pudding that has now rocked my world.
Oh, send us that recipe.
I will never be the same. I don't need turkey. I don't need gravy. I don't need potatoes. I don't need anything. Just give me that butternut squash bread pudding. It was so good.
Oh, I'd like that recipe. That sounds good.
I don't have it. I was a guest.
Oh,
I know, but it was like, yeah, my world changed. My world changed.
I see the chat going on between stuffing and dressing, and it's interesting because we make a baked dressing in my house because it is baked in a casserole dish. But it's
And isn't
so
there some,
We
isn't
have
there like a food safety thing about stuffing, Shauna or others who are experts in that? There's probably some, I always forget what it is though. I just know that's why it's
better
called.
to not cook the stuffing inside the cavity just because time temperature, but as long as the stuffing hits 165 degrees Fahrenheit, that should be fine. But I'm a crispy stuffing person, so I also always prefer the stuffing being baked outside of the turkey.
So we call it wet and dry stuffing because we always have both the wet from inside the turkey and the dry, the baked.
That's a good one. Well, I had a friend of mine suggest to me yesterday something she tried last year was she puts the stuffing underneath the skin of the turkey. Has anyone heard of that before? She said it's delicious.
Oh, so then it's like basically the pan drippings from the skin fat to flavor. Huh.
Mhm.
That
She
seems
said-
like it could take a while.
Yeah, I think like you have to like easily, like slowly pick up the skin, the turkey with like a wooden spoon, but I may try it, but I may not, depending on. So,
So Denise, my mother's recipe for stuffing has the sausage, the celery and onions.
Yeah.
And we do wet and dry, Sharon, because it's such a popular dish. But one year, I was designated to bring that to our friends who live up in North New Jersey, where I'm originally from, and I forgot it. Well, you would have thought that I committed like this crime. I mean, they had other stuff. Everybody was waiting for that stuffing. And same thing, cold, middle of the night, go to the refrigerator, take it. But what I do, I do use whole wheat bread. So I add a little bit of in there, and it's good. It's still good. It doesn't take away from the flavor. But the one dish that I look forward to every year for myself is I make a pumpkin roll with the cream cheese in it, and I do several of them and I freeze them and have them through Christmas. So that's one of my favorite things.
oh, that sounds good.
Just really quickly on the topic of stuffing.
I know
and
where you're going,
dressings.
Erin.
I say this probably every year. So for those who've heard this, I'm sorry, but what makes really good food is the leftovers and combining it into like a pot pie. My family would do like the gravy, turkey, the stuffing, and any like green bean casserole, and you just make it into either mini pot pies that you can just heat up or like a full pot pie, and it is pretty great, especially when you're just like really tired of the same thing over and over again. It's something a little different to, jazz it up. So
That's very interesting. Yeah, that's an idea. I like Mandel's idea of the cornbread stuffing, cornbread dressing. I like that.
Yeah, I didn't know how to make that until I moved to Georgia, and that was like the thing. So everybody made cornbread dressing. So I still make it to this day for my family, and it really reminds us of living in Georgia, because even in Virginia, we didn't have it there. We didn't make cornbread dressing.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever had cornbread dressing, so.
You gotta
It's
try
delicious.
it.
It's delicious.
Makes
It's
me
really
hungry.
great with pork too. Like you can do it. I've done it with pork.
We can have the
tenderloin.
cornbread stuffing when we have our lobster in 2023.
yeah, yeah.
There you go.
There was a brewery in downtown Providence that year we were there. They had the most absolutely delicious butterscotch pudding that they came out in these solid, heavy white mugs with real whipped cream topping. We went there 4 or 5 times, I'm not kidding, to have this pudding. It was so delicious. I think the last time we just ate the pudding is our dinner. And we tried so hard to get the owner of that place to give away, she said it was her grandmother's recipe. I'm sure it was a line, but so close to getting it. I don't know. Dessert is really great too for Thanksgiving, and pie is a staple. But what do other people, and pecan pie, but what do other people make for the sweets part of it?
So I'm a Northeasterner, grew up from New York, but when I lived in Tennessee, our neighbor made us a sweet potato casserole, which I had never had before. And we now make that sweet potato casserole every single year for the last 25 years since we moved from there.
But that's like your dessert.
Yeah, it's like dessert for dinner. We call it a vegetable.
It counts. It counts.
A couple years ago, my husband started making, we usually get together with friends, a chocolate cream pie. So the crust is kind of like an Oreo cookie. And then he makes, from scratch chocolate pudding with the skin and everything, and then fresh whipped cream on it. And you can only take a little thin slice. It's so rich, but that's kind of replaced the pumpkin pie in many ways.
saying that canned pumpkin is hard to, some of the food shortages bring. So these are good ideas if we can't find our pumpkin source.
Yeah, there's some good suggestions here in the chat that I will share.
Cranberry upside down cake.
Cranberry sauce with orange from Rosie. Mashed sweet potatoes with maple pecans and cinnamon and nutmeg. Drudy. That sounds good. Sarah also said mashed sweet potatoes with cinnamon and nutmeg. Very interesting. They're both together there. Egg rolls using leftover Thanksgiving food. And that was from Carrie, and she put the link for it in the chat as well. Karen from New York has oyster dishes, oyster dressing and scalloped oysters with creamed corn, bacon, onion, and topped with cheddar. My dad loves scalloped oysters. I do not like oysters at all. So that's one thing I let my sisters make that if they want to make that for him.
So this is Patricia Pally. I do the traditional Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm in Florida at the time, and my husband and I have a timeshare, but we can't use it because we have 6 cats, but we have other people that use it. But I say, when you use, and it's always Thanksgiving week, and I said, when you use it, I come over there to make the Thanksgiving dinner, and I make the whole traditional dinner and I do the apple pie and pumpkin pie, and have a good time because I love doing Thanksgiving.
Oh, good. I know you probably have lots of people here that would like you to fix Thanksgiving dinner for them that are on the call right now. So maybe you can rent your services out for people to have you do that. Carrot souffle. That sounds interesting, Michelle. Okay. Yeah, I'd make a cranberry gelatin salad that is like, it's got celery and nuts in it and cranberries with Jell-O. It's really good. Something that my grandmother always made, and I never liked it growing up. And then I tried it one time and I'm like, this is really good. So now it's one of my favorite things for Thanksgiving.
Hey, Lisa, are we on to States Night Out topics, or is this still the region meeting?
Well, I think we're going to stop recording because really we're finished the region meeting. No one else has anything for the official business. Right? Okay. So we can go on. Let me just stop the recording here. Now they got to hear all of the wonderful ideas we had.